So continuing in one of my new favorite things to talk about. Well, second new favorite thing. First thing, still talking about David Zaslav because I freaking am excited about DC. But this is besides the point. My second new favorite thing to talk about: Microsoft and the Activision deal. Love talking about it. Love talking about how it's going to go through. The FTC probably won't stop. And now we even have this honestly great deal that Microsoft is willing to do 100%. Microsoft confirms details of a 10-year offer to keep Call of Duty on PlayStation. They also go into reasons why they want to keep it on PlayStation, why people are so mad about it, and the real reason they want Activision Blizzard. And I'll also go into the reason why they want Activision Blizzard. Oh, excuse me. We're open to providing the same commitment to other platforms and making it legally enforceable. They're making it so if they pull back on the deal, you guys can sue. That's how good this deal is as of right now. Good for both parties, to be fair. The future of Call of Duty series as a multi-platform product is one of the key areas being examined by worldwide regulators scrutinizing Microsoft's proposed $68.7 billion acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Let's be real, that's one of the main points of contention is Call of Duty. They don't care about anything else. They only care about Call of Duty because it is such a massive game that PlayStation makes a lot of money on. Everybody makes a lot of money on. And if it was solely on Xbox, people would actually be making a lot less money. Like several people have pointed out, myself included, that it's better to keep it on every platform, including the PlayStation, where it's one of the biggest games on. Last month, the Xbox maker told the New York Times it had offered Sony a 10-year Call of Duty deal. Why did my brain fart there? Call of Duty deal. And on Monday, Smith confirmed this was the case in a opinion piece written for the Wall Street Journal. Sony has emerged as the loudest objector to the acquisition, he wrote. It's excited about this. It's as excited about this deal as Blockbuster was about the rise of Netflix. Yeah, they hate it. They hate the deal. So, Xbox has been trying to say, we don't have any plans of taking it off cross-platforms. For the sole reason, it's going to make them a lot of money if they don't. It'll make them more money if they don't do that. Everybody keeps saying, oh, they're going to become a monopoly. They're going to become a monopoly. They're going to be this huge mega monopoly. No, they're not. No, they're not. Take this back to a couple weeks ago. I may actually link that in the video. There's a different reason people are scared about this. One of those people is Google, and Google is actually saying this deal shouldn't go through, and we'll get into it further in this video, but it's interesting. The main supposed potential anti-competitive risks Sony raises in that Microsoft would stop making Call of Duty available on the PlayStation, but that would be economically irrational. Exactly, and he goes into a valid reason why it's so stupid to do that. A vital part of Activision Blizzard's Call of Duty revenue comes from PlayStation game sales. It's one of the largest games on PlayStation. More people own PlayStations. Technically, more people own Switches, but that's neither here nor there. PlayStation is this huge mega game. Everybody wants one. Everybody likes to play them. I'm more of a Switch Xbox boy myself. But they're so massive, and Call of Duty is one of the biggest games on PlayStation. More PlayStation copies of Call of Duty go out every year. Why make it exclusive to Xbox? They have Bethesda to deal with that. Given the popularity of crossplay, it would almost be disastrous to the Call of Duty franchise and Xbox itself, alienating millions of gamers. Exactly. Why do it? You make more money leaving it on for everybody. That's why we've offered Sony a 10-year contract to make each new Call of Duty release available on PlayStation the same day it comes to Xbox. We're open to providing the same commitment to other platforms and making it legally enforceable by regulators in the US, UK, and European Union. They're willing to put their butt on the line and say, hey, if we F up, big guys get to come after us. That's a big move for a company to do. I don't like government getting involved in all this stuff. I really dislike it. But that's them saying, hey, we're not going to pull this out. It actually makes more money, more economic sense to not do that. And that's the big reason all these platforms are mad, because they won't get access to Call of Duty. That's what they're terrified of. They're not terrified of a mega corporation. They're not terrified of monopolies. They're terrified of losing Call of Duty. I've said it over and over and over again. That's all that's at play here. Microsoft isn't even that interested in Call of Duty. They're interested in something completely different. The European Commission and the UK, this goes into that they're being actively looked into and plans to fight. Smith said suing Microsoft as an attempt to stop the acquisition would be a huge mistake that would stifle competition and negatively impact consumers and game developers. I actually kind of agree. Granted, it'll impact big devs. It will basically, I personally think if this deal doesn't go through, it'll tell big companies, Nintendo, Xbox, well, Microsoft, Sony, that you guys can't acquire anybody else without people starting to say, hey, you're becoming a monopoly and we're going to stop you. It'll start potentially putting a whole stagnant market. This acquisition could in fact help the gaming industry. Will it? I don't really know. But it doesn't make it a monopoly. Okay, it just doesn't make it a monopoly. It gives actually more benefits to Activision Blizzard to do this. Especially, remember, they're still steeped in controversy over the allegations of frat boy place. Remember that. Microsoft's head of gaming, Phil Spencer, recently said Xbox will struggle to continue as a global business if the company doesn't establish a foothold in mobile, and the Activision Blizzard deal is primarily about acquiring Candy Crush maker King, not Call of Duty. That's the big thing Microsoft wants. They don't care about Call of Duty. They'll give Call of Duty out. That's not their what they want. They want mobile games. They want to develop mobile games. They want access to mobile games. Why is that? Why are all these big name companies wanting to put out mobile games? Why did Blizzard put out a crappy Diablo mobile game? Why are people putting out these mobile games? It's not for us. Let's be real. We don't like mobile games. There's a mobile game here or there I like. I'll be real. I do like Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. I do play Gunpla Builders now and then. Heck, I play Pokemon Go every so often. But mobile games aren't for us. And I don't mean that as, hey, if you like mobile games, you're not a gamer. No, I mean, the mobile game market isn't for America. The mobile game market's for China. Because over in China, they're big on mobile games. So every time you put out a mobile game, you're making a lot of money from China. That's why the mobile game market is so important to these companies. I don't like that. I don't like that they're trying to prioritize mobile games. Heck, the Diablo devs got in so much shit when they came out, showed off Diablo Immortal for the phone, and their response was, Do you not have a phone, bro? Remember that? Remember how angry people got? Remember how when the game came out, people were pissed off at it? But it wasn't ever meant for United States, UK, all the people in the Western world. It was made solely for China, really. Because that's where they're getting their money from. Smith said the deal would enable Microsoft to compete against the likes of Apple and Google. That's why Google came out and wanted to sign on to the FTC deal. They don't want a competitor in this market. They want to continue with the biopoly, as Elon Musk calls it. Bi as in two. The biopoly. They don't want competitors. They want to snuff out their competitors, but Microsoft wants to be competitive with them, which currently dominate the mobile gaming space. I think there's something for the FTC to investigate. Acquiring Activision Blizzard would enable Microsoft to compete against these companies through innovation that would benefit consumers, he claimed. While modern consumers can stream videos or music on multiple devices on low-cost subscription plans, let's be real, they're not that low cost anymore. And also, side note, Microsoft's planning on both making their video games $70 and also increasing the rates for Game Pass here in the near future. So take that into note. And also, almost every game developer is raising the prices to $70, no longer $60. Many games can often only be individually purchased and downloaded onto one device. Microsoft wants to change that by offering consumers the option to subscribe to a cloud gaming service that lets them stream a variety of games on multiple devices for one reasonable fee. It would also benefit developers by allowing them to reach much broader audiences. I don't really like this. I really don't like the mobile market. I think the mobile market is scummy and is filled with crappy games. Again, I like Duel Links, but Duel Links is Konami and I like Yu-Gi-Oh! I'll play Duel Masters. Again, Yu-Gi-Oh! I like Gunpla Builder, but that's because I like Gundams. I'll play Pokemon Go now and then, but really it's for tracking steps and also trying to get my actual Melmetal that I'm evolving and not just get an event Melmetal. Plus, I'll need it for a coin form Gimme Ghoul. Smith's opinion piece concluded, think about how much better it is to stream a movie from your couch than drive to Blockbuster. We want to bring the same sort of innovation to the video game industry. I still don't know how that's all going to work out. I'm not a huge fan of the idea of streaming games. I want to continue to purchase physical copies. I want to continue purchasing those games. I don't really like the idea of streaming games, but some people do. And I can't knock them for not liking it. I'm just not a huge fan of it, and I don't like the idea. I don't know how well that's implemented, but Game Pass is really big. A lot of people do have Game Pass. I think I still have a Game Pass subscription. Need to check it out. But it is what it is. I can't knock it. I'm not a huge fan of it. But they want to be competitive there. And they have all the right to try to be competitive against the duopoly. I'm going to call it the duopoly, not the biopoly. The duopoly of Apple and Google. As Elon Musk pointed out, they're the only people that have a market, that have a hold in the mobile market, period. End of discussion. According to a Bloomberg report published last week, Microsoft is preparing to fight in court should the FTC attempt to block Activision Blizzard's deal. However, on Sunday, New York Post claimed that the chair of FTC could be willing to approve Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard to avoid a messy vote split. Ooh, I'm going to have to look into that one, because that looks like it'll be an interesting discussion, because I see this deal going through perfectly fine. Again, Sony's only throwing a fuss about it because of Call of Duty. Google's only throwing a fuss about it because they don't want another competitor in the mobile space. That's all that's going on here. I don't see this deal stopping. I don't see this deal being stopped. I see this deal going perfectly through, especially with this new claim here that I might do a video on here in a bit. So, let me get your guys' thoughts down in the comments below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Share it out with all your friends. Hit that notification bell. Well, hit that subscribe button. Then hit that notification bell for every time I put out a new video and go live. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.